What is going on, my people of the universe? I am D Venom, and please allow me to raise your vibrations just like mine are raised right now. I hope all of my people of the planet are staying on the straight and narrow and not doing anything bad to lower and or jeopardize those vibrations. I myself personally have been clean off of methamphetamine since August 24th of this year, and I am completely happy about that. I hope all of my people of addiction are taking my word seriously, because I am a walking example that these things can be done and accomplished. Anyway, you guys, we have a new follower. I was checking my statistics and things like that in regard to my Podbean account, and I see that we have a new follower, and our newest follower goes by the name of Mr. Uncensored. I like that. What makes you so uncensored? What you be talking about? How low that dick hang and how big them balls are? Anyway, Mr. Uncensored has 9 followers, and he has 19 following, and I have to check out your platform, Mr. Uncensored. But aside from that, Mr. Lowhangers, I did start following you in return. So however many followers you have, that includes me as well. I like to follow people that follow me as a thank you, and as a thank you, I started following as a thank you, I started following you back in return. So anyway, Mr. Uncensored, Mr. Big Balls, you probably started following me because I started talking about my tranny friend back in Illinois. You probably want some tranny ladyboy pussy wrapped around your damn dick, don't you? Don't you? Don't you want a tranny booty wrapped around it? Don't you want to spit that sperm in it? Don't ya? I am so happy this morning, you guys. I am so happy that I can just talk all type of bullshit to you motherfuckers. Anyway, I will tell you guys my happiness in a moment. I have other things that I want to talk about. So let me go to my notes. Mr. Uncensored. I like a motherfucker that's incognito about shit. So I wanted to talk to you guys yesterday about something that I was going through, and I made a recording, and thank God I didn't upload it because I didn't like the way that it came out. I made some mistakes on it in regard to a gas station that wasn't that particular gas station. It ended up being a different gas station when I thought about it. So I'm going to retell the story and go from there. Anyway, I was at the before I go talk about that, I was having very, 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 very bad methamphetamine cravings yesterday. The littlest things was driving my trigger levels past sky high. I was watching a simple interview, if I'm not mistaken, of a male, and they had a nice bulge, and my eyes was drawn to it, and it reminded me of when I would smoke methamphetamine and watch those type of interviews and see those big, nice, juicy bulges, and how I just wanted to drop to my knees and just start servicing these motherfuckers. And it just wasn't good for me overall to be watching that type of stuff, and it was a huge trigger. So those thoughts I threw out into the universe by calling individuals that I used to, get methamphetamine from or party with that sold it, and I tried to score. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I tried to score, but the universe knew ahead of time what I was going to be up to and intercepted those phone calls and those text messages. The person that I tried to reach out to via phone call, well, one of them, I guess they had me blocked or whatever. I'm not quite sure, but I can't get a hold of them at all. I didn't bother to call their other phone because I did once before and I never got a reply back. So I'm probably blocked or whatever on both numbers, or either they're in jail or whatever. I don't know, don't care. Another person I tried to get in contact with, and mind you, these are people that played me out. out. When I was getting meth from them, they were supposed to have been hooking me up for giving them a ride or coming short, and they were supposed to have been, hooking it up the next time that I seen them, and they never did. So why am I trying to get stuff through them, or why am I even in contact with them? Is something that I don't really know, but I just know that I don't want to fuck with people like that, even if it's on a drug tip. And I'm just glad that the universe put a block or a barrier between myself and those individuals and those phone calls and or text messages yesterday when I tried to score. Now, I was in places where I could have scored easily. Now, people of Arizona probably know these particular areas that I'm talking about. They're very easy to score drugs. For instance, I used to work at the I-70 and Dunlap Goodwill. I think it's I-70 or I-90. I know it's not I-90. I think it's I-70 and Dunlap Goodwill. Well, anyway, it is ratchet as the fuck over there. I remember working at that Goodwill, and people would come in and just 5-finger discount all day long. In your face, 5-finger discount is stealing. They would steal all day long in front of your face and everything, and we could not really say anything because, for one, we had to keep up the Goodwill reputation, and for two, we had to prove, which we could, that a lot of these people were stealing, and it's really not worth it because a lot of the people are on drugs and they become belligerent and they want to fight and become aggressive and everything else because they're stealing and got caught. Come with a better game and maybe you won't get caught stealing. But anyway, it's very ratchet over there. Anyway, I wanted a peace of mind because I was craving so bad, and I knew that if I connected with nature and brought my book with me, and I brought my Bluetooth speakers with me, so it all worked out. I went to a park. It's okay, where Peoria Avenue is, and I'm trying to think. There's a Barnes and Nobles over there. There is a Freeway. There is Hooters. There is Quick Trip. There is a hotel over there. There is across the street a In-N-Out Burger. There is a Staples. There is a Dollar Tree. It's all over there by that freeway, and a lot of people, stand out there on the corner by the freeway and panhandle and shit like that. Well, anyway, if you go down a little further past the freeway, depending on which way you go, there are a set of office buildings or whatever, and then secluded in the back somewhat is a park. I can't think of the name of it, but people frequent there. A lot of people practice soccer and stuff at this particular park, and there's homeless people that attend this park too, but it's not as frequent as, let's say, Cortez Park on Dunlap. Anyway, which we will talk about here in a second. Anyway, I went to that park, and just like this homeless person that I seen walking, they found the shade by the tree and they sat down just to relieve themselves from the hot and whatever else. And probably, I think they were changing their shirt. I don't know, really don't care, but I just seen their shirt off and they were, putting another one on or whatever they were doing. But anyway, I found a spot just like them, by a tree. And I usually am picky about sitting in the grass because dogs, whatever else, piss and shit and do whatever. Humans fuck and suck and spit out nut and do whatever else in parks. And, I was just a little leery about sitting down. Plus, I had on cream-like pants. And I sat down anyway. And I had my Bluetooth speaker and I popped on some meditation music. And I started reading my book, The 7 Type of Spirit Guides, How to Connect and Communicate with Your Cosmic Helpers by Emilia Yamuna, if I'm pronouncing her first name correctly. But anyway, I started reading that book, and I instantly became grounded. I was sitting on the ground, the actual ground of the earth. And I was by a tree. I should have leaned my back against the tree, but I'm very picky about bugs and stuff like that, so I didn't do that. But I was sitting in a half Indian style, my big fat ass. I wasn't trying to, get in a full Indian position, because I probably wouldn't have been able to get my big ass out. So I was in a half Indian style position, and I was just reading my book and listening to my meditation music, and just enjoying my quick trip pizza, and that's why I'm fat now, and my big juicy quick trip Slurpee, and I mix all flavors except maybe 2 of them. I love them motherfucking things. They are so good and so full of sugar that I don't need. But anyway, after I got enough of that park, I ended up leaving. And I decided, let me go to Cortez Park, since I'm, in this particular area, and let me shoot an episode for you guys. And I go to Cortez Park, and I go on the Dunlap side. I turn in, next to the Walgreens. Now, anyone that's familiar with Arizona and familiar with that side of town know that Walgreens, that Circle K, that apartment building next to the Circle K and across the street from the park, all of that is ratchet as the fuck. They, meaning the homeless and the drug addicts, have turned that playground area where you swim and stuff at, they have turned that into a dope ground. I don't even see people over there swimming and hanging out like they used to, because it's so congested with dolphins and those alike that, I guess it has turned a lot of people off, unless it was just too hot. But considering it's too hot, that's the perfect time to go swimming. I'm not sure, but I just know that it was ratchet as the fuck when I turned in there. That swimming area was jam-packed with people. The workers have to go in and out certain doors, and they had both doors. I think there's 2 ways to get in and out, but anyway, they had both those doors pretty much congested with people just sitting there smoking dope and chilling out. Then I wanted to record, but it would have been obvious that I was recording these individuals, and I didn't need all of the riffraff behind me recording they slummish asses just not doing anything except taking up space and opportunity for someone else. Anyway, I go around in the bathroom area on this particular side. There was motherfuckers that had yard chairs that was posted up in between the men and the women's bathroom. Now, mind you, the bathrooms are shut down, I see, for various reasons. Motherfuckers sitting there doing dope, chilling out, whatever. You can tell these people don't have a fucking life. Anytime you put a yard chair in the doorway of a public bathroom just to sit and chill and do drugs, you have no life at all. Anyway, I'm going down, I'm driving down, and I see people on the left and the right of me just chilling, motherfuckers had they aluminum pipes lit up. They had methamphetamine pipes going. My thing is, where is the police at? I know the police stroll through there on occasion, but what the fuck are y'all doing? Just like with the prostitutes on 27th Avenue, men and women, majority women, and probably transsexuals. Yes, they sell tall ass on 27th Avenue. Trust me, these bitches be out there. You watch an episode of Cops. These bitches ain't out there. Trust me, these hoes is out there with pussy lips showing, ass cheeks showing, thigh high boots, knee high boots, ankle boots. Child, these girls are making it happen here in Arizona. This state is hot, and so is they pussies. Okay, I am serious. 27th Avenue is where it's at. So if y'all come for a visit, men and probably some women, and y'all go down 27th Avenue and see what I'm telling y'all. Y'all think D-Venom. Come thank me, email me, be like, damn, bitch, I rode down motherfucking 27th Avenue and I picked up this damn hoe and she gave me head all motherfucking night and I fucked that bitch in the alley. Hit me up and let me know. I wants to know your story and tip me off. Shit, I ain't playing the motherfucking game. Give me a tip. Anyway, I was so disgusted with that side of Cortez Park that I went on the opposite side where they have now fenced off a certain part of that park in order to keep, I guess, homeless people out. Obviously, it's not working because there was a lot of homeless people on the other motherfucking side. Anyway, on this side of the park, it was more tamed. There wasn't that many cars and there wasn't that many people just hanging out to be hanging out. There were people working on their cars and whatever else. It wasn't even people fishing like they usually do on this particular park because it was hot. So I record my episode and everything and I leave, and I ended up, I believe, coming home, and that was that. And then I was listening to my episode and I didn't too much care for it, and I was so tired yesterday because I've been getting up, considering the fact that when I do work, I get up about 4, maybe 3:30 in the morning. So biologically, my clock has been pretty much on that time. So I've been getting up extra early and not really I have things to do, but you know what I'm saying? You know, that early in the morning, it's just like, you know, you read a book or, you know, whatever until people start, you know, moving around, and then, you know, you start getting into your groove of things. But, I remember the day before yesterday, I think I went to the DES office, the Department of Economic Services, and I had to go there to conduct some business. And I was standing in line with a few, well, it ain't no few, it was quite a few motherfuckers in that line. In the beginning, it wasn't, but it started to get jam-packed. And I was in line with a few people that I knew either was on drugs or still are. And one person I couldn't tell, but the other person I could. Anyway, myself and the person that I kind of figured is on drugs or, you know, had a past with it, and another guy sparked up a conversation because we were just talking about how long it was taking the motherfuckers to, you know, conduct business there and whatever else. And so anyway, the one that I suspected was on drugs, he got served, and myself and the other person sparked up a conversation with each other, and he was trying to get in contact with his sister. And it's so funny how people just start telling me their life story without even knowing me, because I'm so empathic like that. Some people may bear to differ, and they can kiss my ass, to be honest with you. People don't know me like that, and people don't know how empathic I truly am. They just can assume, and their assumptions can make them look like an ass, especially when they don't know your insides like that. Anyway, he pretty much was like, you know, I'm going to snap off on her, you know, if she's fucking around with, you know, methamphetamine or whatever again. And he just started telling me his sister's story. And he was just like, you know, basically he's getting in contact with her because she's been screaming about she's been wanting a job and whatever else. And he got her a job where he works at. Everything came back in regard to the phone call that he received regarding his sister's background coming back clean. So therefore, you know, I guess she could start work at any time. So he's trying to get in contact with his sister, but she's not answering the damn phone. And he's suspecting that she's hooked up with the ex-boyfriend or whatever, or the boyfriend, who is a methamphetamine addict and a woman abuser. And, you know, basically he is a scrub. He has nothing going for himself. And the minute they get into it, and the minute that the family jumps on him for jumping on her, it's, oh, well, I don't have any family, I don't have anyone, blah, 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 blah. You know, people hate me. And just like he and I said, we wonder fucking why people hate your motherfucking ass. You on methamphetamine, you abusing women, and you are a scrub. You have nothing going for you. So you're not even riding on the passenger side of your best friend. You don't even have a best friend. People don't like you. So it's just like, you know, I mean, yeah. But for him to open up to me the way that he did, and was very open and honest with his own struggles with addiction. He was like, yeah, I used to be on meth and heroin and blah, blah, blah. And I remember this one person, they was focused on, the person standing next to me, they was all up into their phone. But when he said he was a methamphetamine addict, they looked up so quick, it was almost like they wanted to ask if the motherfucker had meth. I was just like, damn. But he was basically just telling his story and keeping it real. You know, I used to be a methamphetamine addict and I used to be a heroin addict. And just like he said, it's more easier to get off of methamphetamine than what it is heroin, because you go through a lot with heroin. You know, you can die from a heroin withdrawal versus, you know, recovering from meth. I mean, meth is hard, you know, to recover from, but I've seen people going through it with heroin and fentanyl withdrawals, and, you know, they become assholes. You know, they're sick, you know, they get to throwing up and all type of motherfucking bullshit because they don't have that damn drug. Anyway, that was a lovely conversation that I had with that young man, and God brings people in our lives for various reasons, and there was a reason why he brought this young man into my life, and I appreciate that conversation that we had. So hopefully his sister is on the right track, and she you know, obliged to that phone call, and she is working and doing whatever she needs to do, and hopefully she's not with that abusive boyfriend whom obviously likes to play mind games because he know he can get away with it. Anyway, what I am extremely happy about, you guys, I foreshadowed the fact that I was supposed to be receiving a link via the courts in regard to completing a traffic survival course in order to get my driver's license back. Well, I received the link. It was yesterday, and after I was done with Cortez Park, I'm like, I need to get started with these classes, or this class, so that I can be complete and done. So I started the class yesterday. It was like 130 something motherfucking questions before I can get to the quiz. Me being ADHD, I started off writing down shit, like notes and stuff, and then along the way I'm like, this is going to take me forever, because, you know, it takes me some time to soak certain things in, and sometime it doesn't. And I just started reading. I'm like, fuck it, I gotta start somewhere. So I started reading, and I'm getting impatient, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, this is when I'm at the beginning, and I'm down to 1, I'm down to 2, I'm down to 3, and before you know it, I'm down to 40, I'm down to 50, and I'm getting there, and before you know it, I'm at the quiz, and I did good, you guys. I got my certificate, and I ended up there I couldn't find out how many questions it was, but I know it was like 132 questions. This is the Survival Impact Panel. Those of us in Arizona know exactly what this is, that have dealt with DUIs and shit like that here in Arizona. But anyway, I got a 76.97% out of 100. I missed 35 questions, and I got 117 correct. Well, shit, it was more questions than that. Let me see. So yeah, there was quite a few questions on here. It took me 9 hours, 22 minutes, and 11 seconds to complete the test. I started yesterday, and I got so tired after reading all of that shit that I had to read that I ended up falling asleep, and I just said, fuck it. You know, we have a certain time frame to get it done. So I just said, let me sleep on it, and I'll come back to it at a different time and date. And today is that different time and date. And I completed it not that long ago, you guys, and I got my score, I got my certificate, and I'm done. All I have to do now is pay my fines and pay the reinstatement fee for my driver's license, which is $60, and I will have my license back. Now, I called the DMV, the Division of Motor Vehicles, to figure out what is my next step, and they told me that since my license has been not suspended, but they have been pretty much canceled out, I have to get a new license. So I had to go down to the MVD whenever I receive a letter from the MVD. They have to get my certificate in the completion of this class and all of that type of stuff. They will reach out to me probably via letter, let me know what I need to do next, and that is probably go down to the DMV, pay the $60 reinstatement fee, and get my license, take another picture and all of that type of stuff. And that will be that, you guys. I will be so happy when it is over and done. So I still have one foot in the door and the other one caught, and it's caught by the door itself. And as soon as I get everything paid off and take my new picture for my new driver's license, that will be it, you guys. And that other foot will be through the door, and I would have done it. I would have went from a life of methamphetamine from Las Vegas to Illinois, because I brought meth with me back to Illinois, to here, to... I think I was doing meth when I was homeless in Madison. I just been doing meth for a long fucking time and trying to get new results, knowing damn good and well I'm not gonna receive new results if I'm continuing to do the same thing. So August 24th for me is huge and major, and I'm definitely bringing my birthday in without doing any methamphetamine. I don't foresee myself turning the ripe age that I will be turning and bringing it in doing meth. The gift that I received for starting those courses and staying on the right, and I need to write in my gratitude book too that I'm very grateful to have passed these particular courses in regard to my DUI. I need to write all of that down, but I'm just so grateful. I just lost track of where I was going. Y'all know me and my ADHD. I have so much on my mind, and I'm just so thankful and grateful about a lot of different things. But I definitely have to write this down in my gratitude book that I am so grateful to have completed the survival impact panel, and I passed it probably with a C grade. A C or a B grade, and let that be the reason. So I went from doing methamphetamine hardcore to gaining employment, and from gaining employment to just about almost there in regard to gaining back my driver's license. I'm doing it, you guys, and you guys can do it just as well. I knew that I was a powerful individual, but I just didn't know how powerful I truly am until I started utilizing my own powers for my own good. And, we can all be unstoppable if we choose to be. And I'm an unstoppable being. And my gift from the universe was a follower. And I probably have another follower on my YouTube platform, and who knows where else. I gained a follower on my Instagram platform, and a lot of these people are from different countries, and I appreciate that. I'm winning. The spiritual realm is obviously winning in my favor, and in return, I'm winning here on this realm. So put that together, my winnings and the winnings of the spiritual realm. We are about to conquer some shit, and I can almost cry right now, but I'm not going to, because I know where that can put me, even though these are tears of happiness and joy. I don't want to cry. I just want to keep going. You know what I mean? I just want to keep on being competitive in a good way. And I want to keep on reaching out to people and putting that word out there and in regard to addiction and homelessness and prostitution and stuff like that. I just want to keep on doing better in regard to myself and the universe and the greater majority of people that reside within the universe, because not everybody deserves my prayers or my well-beings, like those people in Cortez Park, just sitting around wasting up time and energy and space when, there are innocent people that are dying every single day. Even I thought about this with my own self. Why am I still here when I was doing methamphetamine real bad and just taking up space and opportunity for those whom lost their lives, and they lost them very innocently? I'm not saying that these people don't deserve to be here, that are homeless and taking up space and opportunity, that hang out in Cortez Park and a lot of other parks that cater to homelessness and will not necessarily cater to it, but obviously they do because they see what's going on and nothing is happening. But I'm just glad it's not me, and I'm glad it's never has been me, even during my stages of homelessness. You're homeless, but you have a big ass boombox where you can play music, and you have a bicycle, and you have this and you have that. You have some type of resources, but you can't get a job in order to make your situation any better than what it is. But you have all these other resources. I don't get it with some of these homeless people. It was just like when I was in Cass homeless shelter, a homeless shelter that I will never, ever, ever want to go back to. Pissy, shitty motherfuckers will be masturbating and didn't give a damn. I remember this dude was next to me, and he would just clear out the blue, just start masturbating, and I recorded him on several of occasions. He wanted to masturbate, and I wanted to watch, when I was out of that motherfucker just as well. And he didn't have a problem masturbating, having people, I guess looking and watching and everything. And he was, the first time that he did it, child, he was so into it that and I was so shocked that it was happening, I didn't even touch myself, and I got off, and I'm just like, baby, it's like this in Cass homeless shelter. And then it was one dude, he was high on stuff that you sniff. What is that shit called? Rush. And he was in the bathroom just masturbating that little dick, and you can tell it was small because he was using his pinky, and he was using his not the pinky, but the finger that's next to the index finger. I think that's the finger. But anyway, you can smash that finger with your thumb. Anyway, this dick was so motherfucking small, and it was like a Vienna size. No, it was smaller than the Vienna sausage. And he was using his little thumb and his other finger to just masturbate because it was that small. And he kept on doing Rush, and somebody went and told on him. And he was so high that the person that came to get him out of the bathroom, he didn't care. He did not care. He wanted to keep watching that porn on that motherfucking government phone, and he wanted to keep on masturbating that dirty ass dick. Child, Cass homeless shelter. And then the women, the guards, they have all access to come into the men's dormitory, and knowing what these men be doing half of the time, I'm just like, why is it that these women get to come up in here knowing damn good well half of these men are in here naked, they are masturbating, or they're doing something gross or perverted, and these women get to come in there, take pictures and all that type of shit, but let a man go to the women's dorm and do that shit. They couldn't do that. And then where you come in at home, where you check in at, the women, they can see right into the men's dorm. And it's just like, I just think that a lot of stuff was put out there for, how can I say it, exploitation. To be quite honest with you, because a lot of that stuff could be covered up, or the seating could be arranged in a different manner to where the women don't have access to the men's dormitory. They shouldn't be walking their asses in there anyway. If one of them gets snatched up and get raped, then what? Because these things could happen. But that's a homeless shelter that I would never ever go to, and I would advise anyone that is homeless, even on your worst nights, I would not go to cast unless they change some shit around. But anyway, you guys, I am thrilled with my life and where things are going. I'm happy that certain people, places, and things are out of it. I haven't talked to that ex-friend in Maricopa, since we ended the friendship, and, my life has blossomed and continues to blossom, even though we're not friends anymore. And, overall, I'm happy, and I can finally say that D Venom is happy, and, not bringing that ex-friend up, and saying anything bad about it, but I'm just saying, since the ending of the friendship, a weight has been lifted off of my shoulders, and I feel much better. I feel relieved. I feel happy. I feel elevated. I feel overjoyed, optimistic, and whatever else the case may be. And I should have been feeling those things within the friendship, but unfortunately I feel them even more now that I'm not in it, is what I'm saying. And I reserve the right to, pretty much say what I want to say, just like everyone else reserves the right to say what they want to say. And trust me, they have been saying it. Anyway, I'm going to end this because I have some things that I need to get accomplished. I need to go and get my certificate printed out so that I can put that in a frame. And I have one last certificate that I have to pay for. The class is completed. I just have to pay for the certificate. And that's that. I will be done in regard to classes and shit like that and courts, and all I have to do is worry about the fines and get those paid, and I'm done, you guys. Again, if I can do this, my people of addiction, you guys can do this shit too. It's difficult, but it's not. You want to keep fighting the battle? That's your dumb ass. All I can say is stop fighting the fucking battle. Surrender it to the spiritual realm. I don't give a fuck if you are a believer or not. You may want to start believing, and surrender that shit to the spiritual realm. Allow the spiritual realm to fight it while you take on other things. And I promise you, your life would be so much better. Now I'm about to turn to the spiritual realm in order to make me, but help me lose some motherfucking weight, because my big ass needs to lose some weight in the stomach area. But anyway, you guys, I am about to end this content. I am D Venom, and I am out, you guys. Namaste.